Good morning, everybody. Myself, Professor Pushpa N. Avanti. In today's video, I'm going to explaining about the topic conservation laws. In the conservation laws, we have to discuss the collision between two particles and inelastic collision in one dimension in laboratory as well as the center of mass frame of reference. So here the collision is nothing but the collision will be occurs when two particles are sticks together. So there are two types of the collision, that is elastic and inelastic collision. In the case of elastic collision, both momentum and kinetic energy are conserved. But in case of inelastic collision, only momentum is conserved but not kinetic energy. So when we have to giving the example for the elastic collision is the collision between marbles or the two particles marbles. So when two balls are collided with each other, there is no change in the momentum as well as the kinetic energy. And when giving the example for the inelastic collision, when the bullet is fired in the wooden plank, then what will happen here? Only momentum is conserved, but kinetic energy will be decreases in the form of heat, and such collision is called as inelastic collision. And now come to the point, that is the coefficient of the restitution. So the coefficient of the restitution is, in a collision, the ratio of the magnitudes of the initial and final relative velocities is called the coefficient of restitution, and it is denoted by symbol E, that is E equals to Vv by Va. If the magnitude of the relative velocity does not change during the collision, then in that case the coefficient of restitution is unity. Then the change in kinetic energy is 0. Then collision in which there is no change in kinetic energy are called elastic collision. Means here the relative velocity does not changes. It will be during the collision. Means the coefficient of restitution is unity. And such collision is said to be elastic collision. That is delta K equals to 0 in the case of the elastic collision. If the magnitude of the final relative velocity is less than the magnitude of the initial relative velocity, then the coefficient of restitution is less than the 1. Then the change in the kinetic energy is negative, means the kinetic energy will be decreases, the kinetic energy changes, and such collision is said to be inelastic collision. The inelastic collision is a collision in which only momentum is conserved but not kinetic energy. Kinetic energy will be decreases, that is delta K is equals to 1 by 2 mu A mu Va square. Mu is nothing but it is the reduced mass. The value of mu is m1 m2 divided by m1 plus m2 Va square. It's a totally inelastic collision. In another cases, it's a special case if the magnitude of the final relative velocity is greater than the magnitude of the initial velocity. If the final relative velocity is less than the magnitude of the relative velocity, then the coefficient of restitution is less than 1, and in such cases the kinetic energy is negative and it will be decreases, and it may be called it as a inelastic collision. In some special cases, in another one, if the magnitude of the final relative velocity is greater than the magnitude of the initial relative velocity, in such cases the coefficient of restitution is greater than 1, then the change in kinetic energy is positive, collision in which the kinetic energy increases, and such collisions are called as the super elastic collisions. Therefore, in the case of super elastic collision, that is delta K is greater than 0. So in this way, here we have to study the three types of the collision: elastic, inelastic, and the super elastic collision. And now come to the main point, that is inelastic collision dimension, laboratory as well as the center of mass frame of reference. Here we have to consider the figure. In this figure, so this is m1 is one body and m2 is another body. So here v is their velocity. So this before collision, this like this. In the after collision, there will be a changes. The momentum is same, but kinetic energy will be changes. This is the velocity. So now we have to discuss inelastic collision in one dimension in the laboratory frame of reference. Consider here m1 u1 is nothing but it's a momentum. Momentum before collision is equals to the momentum after collision. M1 and M2 are the masses of the body. U1 and U2 are their initial velocity. V is the final velocity. So here M1 U1 plus M2 U2 is equals to M1 plus M2 into V. Then V equals to M1 U1 plus M2 U2 divided by M1 plus M2. See here, suppose let one of the particle be at rest. Means among the two particles, in one particle be at rest, there is the velocity of that second particle, that is u2 equals to 0. Then above equation becomes v equals to m1 u1 divided by m1 plus m2. So consider let k1 and k2 be the initial and final kinetic energies respectively. Then k1 equals to 1 by 2 m1 u1 square, that's kinetic energy of mv square. Instead of v, here we have to take in the initial velocity of the first particle u1 square, and that of the second body k2 is equals to after collision 1 by 2 m1 m2 v square. 1 by 2 m1 plus m2, with the value of v is m1 u1 divided by m1 plus m2 whole square. After simplifying this one, we will get 1 by 2 m1 u1 square, m1 square u1 square divided by m1 plus m2. Therefore k2, the ratio of the kinetic energies of these k2 by k1 equals to m1 divided by m1 plus m2. Thus k2 is less than k1 as m1 is less than m1 plus m2. Hence the loss in kinetic energy is given by k1 minus k2 is equals to, substituting the value of k1 and k2 from our equations, then we will get 1 by 2 m1 u1 square minus 1 by 2 m1 square u1 square divided by m1 plus m2. After simplifying this one, we will get E equals to 1 by 2 m1 m2 divided by m1 plus m2 u1 square. The value of m1 m2 by m1 plus m2 is nothing but the reduced mass, mu, it is denoted by mu. Therefore E equals to 1 by 2 mu u1 square. And come to the next center of mass frame. The center of mass for a two particle system is given by, that's a V. Center of mass is nothing but, the center of mass is defined as the point at which the center of the body at which the entire mass of the body is concentrated. So when the entire mass of the body is concentrated at the center, that point is called as the center of mass, that is denoted by VCM. The velocity of the center of mass is given by m1 u1 plus m2 u2 by m1 plus m2. See, as the initial velocity of the second particle is at rest, that is u2 tends to 0, then VCM becomes m1 u1 divided by m1 plus m2. The initial velocities in the center of mass frame are given as u1 dash is equals to u1 minus VCM. Then u1 minus, substitute the value of VCM, that is m1 u1 by m1 plus m2. That of u1 dash is equals to m2 by m1 plus m2 into u1 after simplifying this one. And that of u2 dash is equals to u2 minus VCM, then u2 minus m1 u1 divided by m1 plus m2. And after simplifying, we will get the u2 dash value also, that is minus m1 by m1 plus m2 into u1 dash. Therefore m1 u1 dash plus m2 u2 dash equals to 0. Then m1 u1 dash is equals to minus m2 u2 dash. So this is the after collision. So here the final velocities in the center of mass frame is given as v dash is equals to v minus VCM. m1 u1 by m1 plus m2, substitute the value of v and VCM, then we will get v dash is equals to 0. And k1 dash and k2 dash be their initial and final kinetic energies. The value of k1 dash is 1 by 2 m1 u1 dash square plus 1 by 2 m2 u2 dash square, then k2 dash equals to 0. Hence the loss in kinetic energy is E equals to k1 dash minus k2 dash. Therefore 1 by 2 m1 u1 dash square plus 1 by 2 m2 u2 dash square, then E is equals to 1 by 2 m1. So substitute the value here, that's m2 divided by m1 plus m2 u1 dash u1 whole square plus 1 by 2 m2 minus m1 by m1 plus m2 u1 whole square. After simplifying these, we will get E equals to 1 by 2 m1 m2 by m1 plus m2 into u1 square. Then it becomes 1 by 2 mu1 square. Hence we said that loss of energy in both, that is the laboratory frame of reference as well as the center of mass frame of reference, is 0. Means here the loss of kinetic energy in both the frame is same. So thank you.